We had known that babies who are born with congenital heart disease are at higher risk for neurodevelopmental problems. And so they had higher rates of things like attention problems, fine and gross motor delays.
We know that kids can have problems with learning, kids can have problems with reading, kids can have problems with visuospatial things, tying their shoes. I mean, there's just a whole host of things that we've noticed, and we've only noticed that because of our programs that we've developed.
We launched our cardiac neurodevelopmental follow-up program, which was back in 2007.
But what we found out was the neurodevelopmental follow-up program was doing some really strong evaluations to get a sense of a child's academic, cognitive, social, emotional strengths and weaknesses, but their recommendations weren't being carried out in a school setting.
I would write my report and give my report to the family and say, share this with school, but sometimes that was hard for them to do, and they didn't necessarily know how to translate what had happened to the child medically and how that links with what's going on with them in terms of their learning issues now.
So an idea was proposed like, hey, maybe we can bridge this gap somehow. Where do we start?
So in 2015, I began the Educational Achievement Partnership Program. And from there, it really kind of began a journey of discovery and finding out where the gaps were between healthcare and educational achievement for patients with chronic and complex illness.
You really had two systems designed to hide information from each other. Schools have FERPA, all the federal rules that prevent them from sharing students' information, and the hospital has HIPAA, so we have a lot of rules in place to prevent us from sharing information. So the system that existed really left it up to families.
And that really left the burden on parents to communicate that really technical medical information with the school teams and the technical school information with the medical teams.
We work with the families, we work with the medical team, we work with the schools, and the program kind of sits at the center of this multidisciplinary team that helps the child, and our role is to be that communication hub with the different spokes coming off.
Now we actually talk a lot about school, but when we ask the questions about school and behavior, it often unearths a lot of other issues that are going on not related to the heart. But there are often times that the difficulties are a lot more significant and really impacting their quality of life and their ability to really function on a daily basis.
The biggest barrier is kind of breaking down those walls and teaching each side not only to speak each other's language, but get through the bureaucracy, get through all of the hurdles designed to protect kids, which are important. But this was really leaving a gap, which left kids not thriving in school and also left them not able to fully follow their clinical care plans. So it was a double disservice in our effort to protect them.
I think the more heads together, the better, because we all have different expertise. We're all professionals in different areas, and then we're able to kind of work through a plan that meets her needs the best we can.
The beauty of this program is it is personalized and customized to the need of the child. So where a parent is feeling like, I need help, they maybe don't know what kind of help they need, and this helps bridge that gap between the parent's feelings of I need help, the child's actual need for help, and the school's willingness and ability to help. And I think that brings it all together. It's not a one-size-fits-all, but we need to know the specific needs of the child and then what supports will help them be successful. And this program does that exceedingly well when we're talking about a medical need.
I don't really worry about the right decision being made. I just worry about Naya now and just her progress. But knowing that I don't have to make those big decisions based on just something I make up, or I have to go research it on the computer or something like that, that I can actually draw on real experience from people. That's been the biggest thing for me, is that I don't have to worry nearly as much as I thought I did.
Just because my son is not in a wheelchair, because he doesn't have autism, and he doesn't look like he's special, he is special needs. He does need special help. For me, I felt supported. I felt like somebody finally had my back. Somebody finally understood what we were going through as a special needs family.
We were able to collaborate in a way with even those outside specialists to get everything more under one roof. I never dreamed that we could have as complex and appropriate of a program for Naya at school as we do, but we do.
When a family's seen their child struggle for multiple years and tried working with the school and never quite seen eye to eye on what the child needs, it's very rewarding for us to come in and get everybody on the same page so that the child is able to have access to the supports they need in order to thrive.
Before Kyle and Christy's program stepped in, I was so frustrated as a parent. I could not get any help for my kid. I thought I was at dead end and yet knew my child needed help. But when they stepped in, they gave me a chance to breathe. They took some weight off my shoulders and knew that I had backing, I had help, I had support.
It's nice to have someone stand up for you and stand up for your child, and then to have Kyle and Christy kind of, say, hey, this is what it is, and hand out notebooks and literature explaining it all and everything like that. It was a gratifying feeling, I'll say that.
I absolutely felt supported having them there. I felt that we were validated. We finally had some validation, and that these are medical professionals that come from from the Herma Heart Institute, where our child is being treated, that are coming to you with facts. This is what's going on, and now we need to find out how we can support Jack.
Helping in school and just being that voice for the family and removing some of the burden of advocacy could change the dynamic of the entire family.
This program changed not only Raina's school life, but our life. When I tell you school almost broke us, it really did. It was tough. We have been really blessed to have our lives be touched by some really, really amazing professionals. This school program was no different. It changed life for us completely.
I honestly don't want to think about what life would be like. I try not to, I don't, because that's just, to me, that's negativity. And I'm so grateful, and Ian is too, for the help and assistance from Milwaukee in general, the hospital, the program, everything. We're just grateful.
Now that I have it, it's definitely taken a lot of weight off her shoulders, my dad's shoulders, my sister's shoulders, everyone in my family's shoulders. And it's just helped more than I could even put into words.